with lesson 2.6, and it's graphing on the coordinate plane. And today we're going to focus on slope-intercept form. And let's go ahead and talk about what is slope-intercept form. Well, slope-intercept form is when any equation or any linear equation is solved for y. When y is by itself, you can see right here y is by itself. And that means if it's solved for y, then it's in slope-intercept form. It's a really useful form of an equation because you can pick out these parameters. That just means parts, parts of an equation, the parameters of the equation, so that it makes graphing really easy. Now the y that you see right here, we talked about every point on the line has an x and a y value. Well, that's just the y value of an ordered pair for that particular point. The slope is part of the equation. It's the value that's being multiplied times the x. The x that you see here is just the x from the ordered pair. And the b that you see in this form is the y-intercept. Okay, these two pieces of the formula are what we usually use, numbers that we usually plug in the slope and the y-intercept before we start graphing, so we need to know and have a good solid understanding of what those things are. So the b value that you see right here, this right here, this b value is called the y-intercept. That's the y-intercept. Let me see if I can do that better than what I just did. And I'm still learning these tools, so please forgive me. I know I'm not great. So it's your y-intercept. And, there I went again. Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay. So it's your y-intercept. And what is a y-intercept? It's where the graph crosses the y-axis, or where it intersects there. Remember, the y-axis is the vertical. It's the vertical line there. Okay, let's go on to the next slide. Now, if you look at this equation that we have up here, y is equal to -2/3 times x plus 4. The y-intercept gives us the initial coordinates to plot. We have to know, if we're going to graph a line, we have to know where to start. The x value for a y-intercept is always 0. Okay, it's always 0. And I think I have something written there. Okay, no, there it is. Okay, it's always 0, because if you looked at that ordered pair, it's right there. The x value on that line is always 0, no matter what point I'm using on that line on the y-axis. See, that would be the point 0, 4. If I were here, this would be the point 0, 3. Here, that's the point 0, 2. You can see that the x value on this axis is always 0. So looking at this, if the 4 is the b value, then that means that it is my y-intercept, and it is the point 0, 4. So when asked for a y-intercept, always give it as an ordered pair, where the x is the 0 and the y is the b value right there. Okay? Now, let's go on to the next slide. Okay? If you'll take just a few minutes, and on each one of these, just identify the y-intercept and plot them on the coordinate plane to the side. I'm going to pause while you do that, and make sure you check and make sure you do those correctly.